Okay, so we have a drone that places a random block every 1 second, and it does it 10 times. Let's add to this a random movement of the drone as well, and then we'll get a really cool structure that gets built every time, and and the building of that structure will be animated, which will be awesome. So one thing we could do, here's just a simple thing, is we could just move the drone up right after it places the block. So 10 times we'll move up. Actually, I'm gonna make it 1/10 of a second now, so it'll happen a little bit faster. And so let's see what that does. I'll run this, and we get a tower that gets built right before our eyes. It animates its way up 1/10 of a second between each block being built. Shoop. Shoop. Instead of moving the drone up, let's move the drone in a random direction. And that's actually something that I've included with randomness. I have rand move drone. So instead of moving the drone up, let's do randomly move the drone. And in order to run this, I have to say what drone I want to move. So I'll do the drone D. That's actually the only drone there is in my program right now. And then I have to say what directions I want it to use. So I have to pass in strings, actually a list of strings. To say what direction. So maybe I want it to go up, and left, and right. So I'm going to have it move randomly in one of those directions. And by the way, how did I know that I was supposed to pass in strings as the directions? Well, you can look at the code, and if this library was written by a good programmer, then they should have given you comments. Comments look like this little question mark right here. And so you can click it, and you can read about this function. It says it takes a drone and a list of directions as strings, for example, left, right, up, down, forward, and backward, and it moves the drone in one of those directions at random. So I know, for example, that these strings should work because those are in the examples listed in the comment. Alright, let's see what happens now. We should get something a little cooler than just a tower. Yeah, so now it goes all over the place, kind of randomly. Every time it's going to be a little bit different. It goes left, right, and up. And it does it 10 times. I could add another up to this list. So now it's twice as likely to go up as it was before. Yeah, so that's a pretty tall one. That one almost looks like a tower. That one looks like it went up every time except once when it went right. I'll just spam it a little bit so you can see some more examples.